Tortora on wakeupcalldt.com, your one-stop sports shop, and on mixlr.com/wakeupcalldt. Hope you're having yourselves a tremendously fantastic Thursday morning, as I am here with my all-new, and taking this off, but I'm here with my all-new Jacksonville Jaguars jersey. Now, this was the jersey that the Jags only had for a short amount of time here. As you can see it's got the... It kind of took a lot away from Jacksonville. I liked the way that it had looked prior to, and I like the one that had it had the gold stripes and it had kind of the jagged pieces and like the white and whatnot. I have a Leonard Fournette one and a Jalen Ramsey that way, but this was the one that they went to for a very short amount of time. It was very, kind of just a basic one, but I found it and I saw it in the store, and it says Jaguars 00 and it's got Jacksonville on the back, so I'm good with it. Jacksonville Jaguars. So here this morning, and why I'm wearing this jersey, because you and I are going to be talking about them Jacksonville Jaguars and talking to those Jacksonville Jaguars this morning on Wake Up Call with Dan Tortora. Jam-packed show for you here today in hour number one. I appreciate your patience here as we get set from the Sunshine State. In hour number one, we will be featuring my one-on-one conversations with the Jacksonville Jaguars. Those video Q&As with the Jacksonville Jaguars will feature return specialist Jamal Agnew, who was brought onto the team from Detroit with Marvin Jones Jr. Jamal Agnew and Marvin Jones, little package deal here. Jamal Agnew with a 109-yard return from a 68-yard missed field goal in this last game for Arizona by Matt Prater. Jamal Agnew will be joining the show in just a little bit. Marvin Jones Jr., the wide receiver that came over with him from the Lions, will be joining us, as well as outside linebacker Josh Allen, quarterback Trevor Lawrence, and head coach Urban Meyer. This is my first conversation ever with Marvin Jones Jr., my first one ever with Jamal Agnew. It might be my first, even though I covered him all these years, it might be the first one I ever had with Trevor Lawrence, because I don't know if they had him at ACC kickoff. I don't think they did. So it could be my first conversation. I think it is with Trevor Lawrence. Definitely my first with Urban Meyer, and Josh Allen and I believe have spoken before. So excited to have a lot of firsts here on Wake Up Call with Dan Tortora, and very, very excited. It means a lot to me to have Urban Meyer on the show, as well as be featuring the likes of Trevor Lawrence and company, and a player who had a 109-yard kick return for a touchdown. So very excited for what's coming up here inside of the Travel Cafe Kubal Studios. So happy to have you here on Wake Up Call with Dan Tortora, where sports meets that thing called life. You are watching and listening on the beautiful youtube.com/wakeupcalldt, facebook.com/wakeupcalldt, and facebook.com/livenowdt, and you're listening on mixlr.com/wakeupcalldt, as well as on wakeupcalldt.com's homepage. So appreciate you being there. However you're tuning into the show, we thank you so much for listening into Wake Up Call with Dan Tortora, where sports truly meets that thing called life. So very excited to have you here. And of course, after the shows go live, you can check them out in the archive on Stitcher, Spotify, TuneIn, iTunes, and Apple Podcasts, MixLR, YouTube, iHeartRadio, Podbean, TuneIn, and more. So make sure you check out each of these avenues, whichever one you fancy, by searching Wake Up Call with Dan Tortora or Wake Up Call DT as one word, and you'll find me over there. So definitely make sure that you check that out. And of course, a big thanks to all of our Central and Upstate New York partners: Cafe Kubal, Carvel DeWitt, the Wildcat Sports Pub, Progressive Dental, Ma and Pa's Kettle Corn and Popcorn Factory, Chick-fil-A Cicero and Chick-fil-A Clay, the Lemoyne College Dolphins, Pizza Man, Honda City of Liverpool, Avicoli's, Canine Camp Dog Daycare, the Millhouse Market, Canine Campground Dog Boarding, PB&J's Lunchbox, Victory Sports Medicine and Orthopedics, and Mother's Cupboard. And definitely check out the new food challenge that I just aired on our social media, on Facebook at Wake Up Call DT, Twitter at Call DT, and Instagram at Wake Up Call_DT to see who won the newest food challenge at Mother's Cupboard. This one featuring their Philly cheesesteak. And we're going to have a picture of the winner and a little thing with owner Pete Green following this food challenge. So check out more coming up from that food challenge today on Wake Up Call with Dan Tortora's social media. So with all that being said, welcome into the broadcast. So happy to have you here inside of the Travel Cafe Kubal Studios. You know, to get to Cafe Kubal, all you have to do is drive to 3501 James Street, 324 West Water Street, 208 North Townsend Street, all inside of, and 401 South Salina Street, all inside of Syracuse, as well as in downtown Syracuse, inside of Galasanos Children's Hospital, 343 Fayette Street in Manlius, and of course their newest location and their first ever drive-through location that you can go to by the corner of Route 11 and Taft Road. Jeepers Christmas, hard to get that one out. The corner of Route 11 and Taft Road in North Syracuse, a.k.a. Sweetheart Corner. So make sure you check that out today, and welcoming you here into the show. And like I said, it looks like a perfect situation for me where I'm seated here. It looks like a Cafe Kubal. It's kind of got, it's got like the dark wood and whatnot, and the little accents on the wall. So it feels like a coffee shop here. It feels like a Cafe Kubal experience. So welcome to the broadcast. Very happy to have you here, and thank you so much for tuning in to Wake Up Call with Dan Tortora, where sports meets that thing called life. As promised, we got a lot of great stuff coming up here with the Jacksonville Jaguars. We're going to start things off in my one-on-one conversation with outside linebacker Josh Allen, and that's who we're going to start with here on Wake Up Call with Dan Tortora in my one-on-one video Q&As with the team. Here we go. Josh, just what you can say about Urban Meyer through these first few games, just what he's meant to this team going into the season, and despite starting 0-3, just what you can see from him leadership-wise.
Man, he trusts us. You know what I'm saying? Like, when the ball snaps, it's in our hands. You know what I mean? And we go out there and we want to play. We play to win. You know what I'm saying? We play for him. You know what I'm saying? He installs culture. He installs competitive excellence, effort. You know, it's a relentless effort. Push true to the ball every play. And we know that. And, so that culture and that coaching that he gives us, we play with it every play. You know what I'm saying? It just dictates on us to make the play as a defense or as an offense, as a special teams. You know what I'm saying? To do our job. It's on us. You know what I'm saying? But as a leader, man, he puts us in the right positions. He says the right things. He gets me turned. He gets the whole team turned. You know what I mean? So we just got to get better as a team and just focus on Thursday, man, and get this win.
That coming once again from Josh Allen saying, listen, coach gets me turned. He gets me excited, gets me ready. He prepares us all, offense, defense, and special teams. So positives coming from Josh Allen on his head coach, Urban Meyer, as Urban tries to get his first win as an NFL head coach. And obviously it's taken more time than people want it to. It's taken more time than Urban wants it to, I'm sure. And so, with this going on, it's good to hear from Josh Allen, who's been on this team and been with this squad and been a leader on this team, that he said, hey, listen, he's working to get us there. He's trying to get us there. He gets us turned. He gets us excited. He gets us, kind of all worked up and ready to go. So I'm happy to hear that because, they need all the help they can get right now, as they have a game tonight against the Cincinnati Bengals, and they'll be facing the Bengals on the road. We got some storylines coming up with that, and I'll get to that in just a little bit here where sports meets life on Wake Up Call with Dan Tortora as we continue our video Q&As with the Jacksonville Jaguars from my opportunity to speak with them directly following their 0-3 start. So up next here that we have for you is Marvin Jones Jr. Marvin Jones joining us, coming from the Detroit Lions. Shout out to my buddy Johnny. And heading off to the Jacksonville Jaguars with Jamal Agnew. And this is what Marvin had to say when I had the opportunity to speak with him. Marvin, just what you can say about Trevor Lawrence 3 weeks in, despite the 0-3 record, just what you're taking from him and maybe, your relationship as you grow through these first 3 games.
I think it's a great relationship, with me and, all the receivers and just our 5 groups on offense. Obviously, he's our quarterback and we rally behind him. Very promising in just the type of throws that he makes. That he's going to be a great quarterback. So as an offense, as a whole, we need to find a way to just all make plays, make the big plays. So constantly, as y'all mentioned, and we'll be right on track.
Yeah. So just saying their positives. Good to hear that from Marvin Jones Jr. speaking positively, obviously, about his quarterback as they try to find ways to get to this first win. As like I said, they'll face off on a short week against the Cincinnati Bengals. First time Trevor Lawrence has had a short week like this, so we'll see how he responds to that as we get set to watch the game tonight, which I'm excited to do from down here in the Sunshine State. Next up on here is Jamal Agnew, who came over, like I said, with Marvin Jones Jr. from the Detroit Lions. This is what Jamal had to say when I had the opportunity to speak with him about his individual success. You know, returning for a touchdown and then taking that missed field goal attempt and bringing that 109 yards to the house that I got to see in real time live at TIAA Bank Field. Jamal Agnew's had a lot of individual success. How does he balance that with the fact the team is 0-3? How does he look at everything? This is what he had to say.
Jamal, just when you have these individual positives, it's just a few weeks into the season, but the team is 0-3, how do you assess what you're proud of individually as compared to what you want to work on, kind of going off of some of the stuff you said?
I mean, I don't even really think about it like that, just because, I mean, I've been in the league for 5 years. I haven't been in the playoffs. You know, I want to win. I think I'm at that point where, you know, I'm making big plays, but I'm at that point where I want to win. I want a Super Bowl. I want to, you know, play in the playoffs. I want to play, you know, meaningful games in December and January. And like I said, we're trending upwards. You know, we're a really young team, and you know, week by week we're getting a little bit better at a time. You know, we got a short week coming up, and we just got to focus on Cincinnati, clean up what we got to clean up, and get right to Cincinnati.
Yeah, I like that with Jamal Agnew saying, listen, I want to win. I want to win. I've been in the league 5 years. I want to go to the playoffs. I want to go to a Super Bowl. I want to win a championship. I want to win. I mean, think about it. He was with the Lions, and their roar wasn't that loud. And he's with the Jaguars right now, and they're not doing that great. So, I mean, 1-15 last season and 0-3 to start off this season, 1-18 in their last 19 games. He said, I want to win. I want to win. And it's, you know, it's time for that. Yeah, the individual accolades, yeah, those are great, and that's all wonderful and good. And obviously his success is going to help the team out as a whole, but he ultimately wants to know what it's like to go forward in the league, to make it to the playoffs, to advance in the playoffs, and to have success. And I don't blame him any stretch of the imagination at all for what he's desiring now. Like, yeah, he's doing well personally, but overall this team needs, you know, where he is, he wants to win. And I get that completely, and I hope that he does win. So, with that being said, we'll take a step aside for a fast break. When we come back, we'll be featuring my conversations with Trevor Lawrence as well as head coach Urban Meyer right after this fast break on Wake Up Call with Dan Tortora, where sports meets life.
Carvel DeWitt, it's what happy tastes like. Do you know why? Because we make ice cream. Creamy, rich, flavorful ice cream. Not yogurt or iced milk like some of our competitors. Ice cream. Fresh, by hand, daily. For the calorie conscious, we have something new for you. Our new Carvelite. Same great flavor, creaminess, and texture of our regular ice cream with only 35 calories an ounce. So whether you want an ice cream cake, flying saucer, dasher, carvalanche, hard or soft ice cream, we will satisfy your craving with our fresh, handmade regular or new Carvelite ice cream. Carvel DeWitt. It's what happy tastes like.
Cafe Cabal offers same-day local delivery of our products, offering no delivery charge for Onondaga County. Shop cafecabal.com for fresh roasted coffee beans, cold brew, travel mugs, and all your essential Cafe Cabal needs. Cafe Cabal, coffee for the soul.
The Wildcat Sports Pub in Camillus, New York is located on 3680 Milton Avenue in the Home Depot Plaza. It is your family-friendly sports bar and restaurant. Folks, some sports bars aren't family-friendly. Some family-friendly restaurants are not sports bars. The Wildcat Sports Pub in Camillus, New York is proud to be both. It is that marriage that you've been looking for years. The Wildcat Sports Pub is your home base for your sports bar and restaurant needs, games for the kids, indoor and outdoor activities, and enough things on the menu to come back every single week and get to try something new. They're open Sundays from noon to 8 p.m., Monday through Wednesday, 11 a.m. to 11 p.m., and Thursday through Saturday from 11 a.m. to midnight. For reservations and party information, call 315-487-2222 for the Wildcat family-friendly sports pub and restaurant. And a welcome back here to Wake Up Call with Dan Tortora on wakeupcalldt.com, your one-stop sports shop, and on mixlr.com/wakeupcalldt inside of the Travel Cafe Kubal studios here with you today in conversations with the Jacksonville Jaguars and Syracuse Orange. Jacksonville Jaguars week in hour number 1 and the Syracuse Orange in hour number 2 as we get set for 2 big-time games. Jacksonville Jaguars playing on the road tonight in Thursday Night Football, and that game is going to be going off against the Cincinnati Bengals in the great state of Ohio. And then we'll see Syracuse come down to Florida. So as the Jaguars leave Florida, the Syracuse Orange will be coming down to Florida to face off Saturday against the Florida State Seminoles in their first ACC game of the season. So a lot of great stuff coming up, a lot of cool storylines coming up for a kid like me following Syracuse and following Jacksonville. So a lot of great stuff, and God always works in cool and mysterious and purposeful ways. So I'm excited for all that is to come, and I'm so happy for you to be here with us inside the Cafe Kubal Studios. 3501 James Street, 324 West Water Street, 208 North Townsend Street, 401 South Salina Street, all in Syracuse, as well as inside of Galisanos Children's Hospital in downtown Syracuse, and out on 343 Fayette Street in Manlius, New York, and their newest location, which is their drive-through location, you could find at the corner of Route 11 and Taft Road in North Syracuse, a.k.a. Sweetheart Corners. So thank you for being there. As I sit in a corner, head out to Sweetheart Corners today and have some fun, and always appreciate having you here. So thank you so much for tuning in to Wake Up Call with Dan Tortora, where sports meets that thing called life. So we appreciate you being here very, very much so, and a shout out to William for all he had to say. And coming up next here on Wake Up Call with Dan Tortora, we have my video Q&A with Trevor Lawrence from Clemson to Jacksonville. Here's my conversation with the quarterback of the Jacksonville Jaguars and the 2021 number 1 overall pick, Trevor Lawrence.
Trevor, how do you assess yourself through these first 3 games, kind of looking back at it? And we just heard Coach say that you love Jacksonville, you want to see this city win. So just what you can say about the city itself, maybe some words to the fans and how you assess yourself.
Yeah, I mean, it's this thing's going in the right direction for sure, and I feel like if you're involved with this team, you know it. We all know it. We all believe it. We've got a bunch of great guys in that locker room, great coaches. Everybody in the city has been amazing. Just hang in there. It's going to come. So we're all believing it. We're putting the work in, and it's going to come sooner rather than later. So a lot of bright days are ahead. So I would just say, but thank the fan. I thank you guys for. I mean, the stadium was packed when Ag ran that kick back against the field goal back. I mean, it erupted. It was awesome. So we're gonna get there. We'll get there.
Yeah. That coming from Trevor Lawrence saying, "Listen, we're coming. We're gonna get there. You know, it's on its way. We're gonna get there." And I can't say enough how, I mean, he stated in the conversation that we had when we were all in the press conference. He said, "Listen, like he gets it, and the players get it. They understand. You're tired. You're frustrated. They get it. They're tired. They're frustrated. They're sick and tired of telling you it's coming, but they know that it is. But they're sick and tired of telling you, but they also know that it is. You know what I mean? Like it's them. It's like them saying, "Hey, I know." Like it's almost like somebody saying to you, like, "I know you." Like they know what's coming around the corner, right? They know that around the corner, you know, maybe your mom's surprising you for your birthday, right? And so right around the corner is your mom, and you're just complaining, oh my God, my birthday, it's been so ridiculous, I'm away from my family, and they're like, yeah. But right around the corner, and they're like, yeah, and I'm just sad, and I'm depressed, and I'm just, I'm frustrated, and I'm not by my family, and it's like, yeah, but why don't you go around the corner? Yeah, but I don't know, but why don't you just go around the corner? So, I mean, that's what it feels like. It's like them saying, hey, we know it's coming, we know it's there, we know you're frustrated, we know you're upset, we know you don't want to hear this anymore, but just wait, it's coming. It's on its way. It's coming. So, I hope that they get it. I hope once they get it, it sparks them and they just hit that slipstream and keep going. I said this year I believe that they could get, close to the 500. You can't be 500 anymore in the NFL. I guess if you tie, technically, you can be what, 8-1. So, but 8-9 is where I have them this season. That's where I thought that they could get to. I thought, they could be a middle of the road team. I think anything above 1-15 is, it's a step in the right direction. But obviously they want much more than that. I know Urban Meyer and Trevor Lawrence. I mean, Urban knows what it's like to win a national championship at Ohio State, a national championship at Florida, and Trevor Lawrence knows what it's like to win multiple national championships at Clemson and only lose 4 games in 7 years from high school to college. So, this is I'm sure very frustrating for people that more than know how to win and know how to move this thing along. So my hope and my prayer is that it starts to shake out in a good way for these gentlemen as they step forward and that things get better and they start to win and they find their groove and they find their place and they find that excitement and they just keep it going and rocking and rolling from there, because I know that, it's got to be frustrating. It's got to be really tough to be in a situation like they're in right now, to kind of be but not be. It's they're getting there, but they're not there yet. So, there's issues with the defensive side of the ball. There's issues with the offensive side of the ball, and just keeping people healthy and whatnot. And now you got a short week, which is something else new besides losing. Something else that's new to Trevor Lawrence is these short weeks. So, playing on 3 days rest this week, Trevor Lawrence said, oh gosh, it's completely different. It's like you don't even know what day it is. You try to do the same things you do in a normal week. You just have to be a lot more efficient with your time, end quote. Being a lot more efficient because of the fact that, this week from Sunday to Thursday is so short. So you got less time. You got to make it count even more so. This is the first NFL regular season game nationally televised for Trevor Lawrence. And, looking at this, Trevor also talking about the fact of, just kind of, he's looking to improve, and Darrell Bevell, his offensive coordinator, said, quote, you can look around the league and I'll take our guy every day and the rookie quarterbacks and how they're doing, is what he said. It's a different game for them when they come into the NFL. Trevor's progression has been great. He's doing a great job. He works his tail off. His play is getting better and better. End quote. So despite the 0-3 start, Darrell Bevell, the offensive coordinator, sees positives in that. Trevor Lawrence in 3 starts has 64 completions on 118 pass attempts for 669 yards, 5 touchdowns, and 7 interceptions, completing 22 of 34 for 219 and a touchdown, with 2 interceptions in the game I was at this past Sunday at TIAA Bank Field. Darrell Bevell said, quote, as you watch and you assess his play, there are things he's getting much better at. One thing he did a nice job of was getting through his progressions. Last week in a Week 2 loss to Denver, there were a couple of plays he did that, and this week he did it even more. End quote. So, going through, we talk about it with Syracuse and with Tommy DeVito and whatnot, going through your progressions, your checks, right? Making sure that, okay, if that doesn't work, that you can shift in a very short window, a short amount of time, less than 3 seconds. Can you go, okay, 1's covered, my 2's covered, okay, I'm going to go to my 3. I'm going to go to my check down. I'm going to go to my running back. Like, where are you going to go? I'm going to go to my tight end emergency because Marvin Jones is taken, DJ Chark is taken, LaVisca's coming across the middle. Should I go to him or should I go, to to your tight end, who at this point for Jacksonville is anybody? So Trevor Lawrence agreed with what Darrell Bevell had to say about him going through his progressions. He said, I think I've gotten better at getting through all my progressions. I thought I did a pretty good job getting through my reads, not holding the ball too long. I thought I was more accurate. Those are the biggest things, end quote. So going through his reads, not holding on to the ball too long, getting more accurate, all things that you want to hear from your quarterback. Now, Trevor Lawrence said he believed 4 of his interceptions were bad decisions. and I would agree with that not all of them are his fault. Definitely not the first one in the game against Arizona where he threw to Jacob Hollister, hit him in the hands, and Jacob didn't hold on to the ball, and the ball popped up in the air, and Byron Murphy Jr. took it away. So, that definitely was not Trevor's fault, and Urban Meyer said that, after the game. He said, listen, you can't let that happen. You can't do that to a rookie quarterback. You can't be bobbling that ball and give up an interception like that to a rookie quarterback, is what he said. So, and this is not me trying to witch hunt Jacob Hollister. I'm just making note here. Whoever it was that, putting your quarterback in a position where, he's a rookie, he's going to make mistakes, but to put him in a situation where he's a rookie and he's going to make mistakes, and on top of that, you make mistakes to make it even harder for him to get his job done is rough. And so, you got to try and condense these mistakes and condense these mishaps and whatnot. So, with that being said, as we continue to go through this, and, there is another note talking about tight end that there has been one brought in. But to get back to Trevor Lawrence, he said that he feels like every week he's gotten better. So, we'll see what he can do here, and just what he was effective running the ball at Clemson. He rushed 3 times for 19 yards in weeks 1 and 2 and ran 6 times for 27 yards against Arizona. So we'll see what happens here, and hopefully things will get better here. Now, Trevor Lawrence said, quote, I thought I did a good job using my legs. I took advantage of most of the opportunities I had. There wasn't necessarily a ton of wide open scrambles like I could have had in games past. I thought I did a good job keeping the defense honest and making them respect my ability to extend plays and get outside the pocket. I thought that helped for sure. I thought I did a good job of getting as many yards as I could and then getting down. Maybe I need to get down a little faster on some of them, end quote. That Trevor Lawrence talked about the Arizona game and moving forward. So, now, we'll see where he goes from here, and we'll see how he excels from here, and hopefully excels from here, as Trevor Lawrence and the Jacksonville Jaguars have a game coming up tonight against the Cincinnati Bengals for Thursday Night Football, the only game that's on television for the NFL. So those of you that don't want to watch Jacksonville will probably give it a shot. And those of you, for those of you that aren't used to watching Jacksonville, aren't Jacksonville fans or Cincinnati fans or whatever it may be, now you got a chance to see it because it's the only game on television. So hopefully you'll give it a look and give it an opportunity, and hopefully Trevor Lawrence and the team will have an opportunity to excel, as Trevor Lawrence will be playing up against his former teammate and target, T. Higgins. It's kind of a cool storyline there, as Joe Burrow from LSU, who faced off against Trevor Lawrence of Clemson in the college football playoff finale in the championship game. Well, Joe Burrow was on one side, Trevor Lawrence was on the other side with T. Higgins. Now Joe Burrow's on the same side as T. Higgins, and Trevor Lawrence is on the other side. So kind of cool to see this thing happen and see 2 young quarterbacks face off, Joe Burrow in his second season and Trevor Lawrence in his first season inside the NFL. So it'll be cool to watch and see how these players move forward here on the NFL season, and we'll obviously be covering it here inside of On the Prowl. On the Prowl is officially back with these video Q&As. I can now officially state to you that On the Prowl is back here on Wake Up Call with Dan Tortora, where sports meets life. So with that being said, we have one more conversation coming up with the Jacksonville Jaguars, and that's with Urban Meyer, and you'll hear that right after this fast break, where sports meets life on Wake Up Call with Dan Tortora.
Avicoli's, located on the corner of Route 57 and Wetzel Road in Liverpool, New York, has been your trusted neighbor for decades. Located just steps from Liverpool High School, we're happy to have the Liverpool Warriors on-site, on-location broadcast at Avicoli's through Wake Up Call with Dan Tortora every single month, featuring student athletes, coaches, and administration throughout the year from Liverpool High School. Head out to Avicoli's today on the corner of Route 57 and Wetzel Road in Liverpool, New York, open Tuesday Monday through Sunday for lunch, dinner, and drinks. We'd love to see you out there. And, of course, you can call them at 315-622-5100 for takeout, delivery, and catering. That's 315-622-5100. And also find them on myavicollis.com. That's myavicollis.com. Having peace of mind when you're out of town that your furry-loving friend is safe and sound means taking them to Canine Campground, because we all know that when it comes to the love of our pets, it goes well beyond the call of duty to make sure they're safe and sound. Right, Lily? So take a ride to 242 Johnson Street in East Syracuse, New York, and see Canine Campground and where your dog will be staying. In the classic cabin, the executive cabin, the grand cabin, or of course the luxury cabin, because if you know Lily, you know she loves luxury. Now you don't have to wait to the last minute to find a family member or a friend that'll take your dog for a few days. Call Canine Campground at 315-299-4013. That's 315-299-4013. Their drop-off and pickup times are Monday through Sunday. Check K9campground.com for more information. That's the letter K, the number 9, and campground spelled with a K.com. K9campground.com.
When you're going out of town, bring your dog to Canine Campground.
PB&J's Lunchbox, the food truck that you love finding all throughout Central and Upstate New York, now has a street-side cafe. So when you're craving their traditional favorites as well as their out-of-box amazing menu items, you can now head to 663 Old Liverpool Road in Liverpool, New York. Located just minutes from the highway, the Thruway, Destiny USA, and Onondaga Lake Parkway, PB&J's Lunchbox Street-Side Cafe is there for you Monday through Saturday from 9 a.m. to 7 p.m., serving breakfast, lunch, and dinner all throughout the day. Get breakfast for dinner, dinner for lunch, whatever you fancy, including their award-winning grilled peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Find them at 663 Old Liverpool Road in Liverpool, New York. PB&J's Lunchbox, where we love to know what's in your lunchbox. As a patient, what do we want? To be cared for, to be listened to, and to have someone walk us through the process on our path to victory. Victory Sports Medicine and Orthopedics does all of those things beautifully, with Dr. Mark Petropoli leading the team on 791 West Genesee Street in Skaneateles, New York, located minutes from beautiful Skaneateles Lake. Whatever your injury may be from head to toe, preventative care, rehab, physical therapy, laser therapy, and surgery are all available at Victory Sports Medicine and Orthopedics, where they care about us, they listen to us, and they understand that everyone's path to victory is a little bit different. Let them help you on yours by calling 315-685-7544 to make your appointment today. That's 315-685-7544. And find out more information at victorysportsmedicine.com.
Welcome back here to Wake Up Call with Dan Tortora on wakeupcalldt.com, your one-stop sports shop, mixlr.com/wakeupcalldt, as well as on youtube.com/wakeupcalldt, as facebook.com/wakeupcalldt, and facebook.com/livenowdt. So however you're connected with the show, welcome back here inside the Cafe Kubal studios. You can find Cafe Kubal on any one of their amazing locations: 3501 James Street, 324 West Water Street, 208 North Townsend Street, as well as 401 South Salina Street, all in Syracuse, New York, inside Golisano's Children's Hospital in downtown Syracuse. And of course, you can find them on the corner of Route 11 and Taft Road at Sweetheart Corners for their drive-through location. And you can find them at the 343 Fayette Street giant behemoth of a brown stripe building in Manlius, New York. So make sure you head out there today. A lot of great ways to connect with Cafe Kubal, and we appreciate everybody that does and everyone that supports local in Central and Upstate New York and beyond. We thank you so much for that. So much appreciation to each and every single one of you for all the good that you bring to our community. And the fact that you care about our community and
State
the fact
New York
that you love
and
our
beyond,
community.
we thank you so much for that.
I want to
So
say thank
much
you for
appreciation
that,
to each
really
and
do
every single one of
appreciate
you
the fact that,
for all the
you help us out and you're there for us. So thank you, and thank you for all that you do, and much love for you supporting local. So it goes so far I can't even express how much that means to the community. So thank you for supporting local and being there for all of the wonderful companies we have the pleasure of working with, from Cafe Kubal to Carvel DeWitt to the Wildcat Sports Pub, Progressive Dental, Pizza Man, Honda City of Liverpool, Mon Pa's Kettle Corn and Popcorn Factory, Chick-fil-A Cicero and Chick-fil-A Clay, Lemoyne Dolphins, Avicoli's, Victory Sports Medicine and Orthopedics, Mother's Cupboard, Canine Camp Dog Daycare, PB&J's Lunchbox, Canine Campground Dog Boarding, and the Mill House Market. So thank you for all of your support and all of your love. We truly, truly appreciate it. So thank you for that. With that being said, we have one final conversation here inside of On the Prowl as I share with you my conversations with the Jacksonville Jaguars, and I am elated and truly honored to have Urban Meyer on the show for the first time ever. Here's my one-on-one conversation with Urban Meyer coming off of the Jaguars' 0-3 start, speaking on how he assesses Trevor Lawrence through these first 3 games, and this is what Urban had to say.
Coach, just through the first 3 games with Trevor, just what you can say about assessing his play up to this point, his leadership up to this point, as you look at the big picture stepping into a short week.
Big picture, other than score, leadership, intangibles, the work ethic, the character, the desire to be great, his teammates, his support from his teammates, his support of other teammates. He's a very unique guy. One that I've been very fortunate to coach some elite players, and he's one of the most elite, just the way he handles himself. And like I said, he's the second or third most votes on the team as a rookie quarterback. The players love him. They see what I see. They see what the world's going to see. That's a hell of a player that cares deeply for Jacksonville, cares deeply for his teammates. It's a refreshing guy to be around every day, and he will get better. I guarantee you that.
I love that. At the end, he'll get better. I guarantee you that. So, just seeing him around. I want to play it one more time.
Coach, just through the first 3 games with Trevor, just what you can say about assessing his play up to this point, his leadership up to this point, as you look at the big picture stepping into a short week.
Big picture, other than score, leadership, intangibles, the work ethic, the character, the desire to be great, his teammates, his support from his teammates, his support of other teammates. He's a very unique guy. One that I've been very fortunate to coach some elite players, and he's one of the most elite, just the way he handles himself. And like I said, he's the second or third most votes on the team as a rookie quarterback. The players love him. They see what I see. They see what the world's going to see. That's a hell of a player that cares deeply for Jacksonville, cares deeply for his teammates. It's a refreshing guy to be around every day, and he will get better. I guarantee you that.
A refreshing guy to be around. He will get better. I guarantee you that. Cares about his teammates, cares about Jacksonville, and just the uplifting of who Trevor Lawrence is, and that positivity that he brings. So I love hearing that. I'm excited for what that means for Jacksonville, for its future. And, I think it's great for the fans to hear that, hey, this guy cares about you. He obviously wants to win, and he wants to be successful. He wants to move this team forward. And the respect that he has, like he said, second most votes on the team as a rookie, and I would guess that means for being a captain. So, to see how Trevor Lawrence has excelled is truly awesome in his high school career, in his collegiate career, and I hope nothing but success as he moves forward here in his professional career inside of the NFL. Urban Meyer made a move here recently with the team. C.J. Henderson, who came from the Florida Gators, who was the number 9 overall pick in the 2020 draft. Just a year ago, he was drafted, a little over a year ago, in 2020, last season's draft. He was drafted in the top 10, and he's already been traded. And so he has been moved on for the Carolina, straight up for the Carolina Panthers, veteran tight end Dan Arnold. Urban Meyer said, "We're really excited about Dan Arnold," end quotes. Now, Meyer said rookie corner Tyson Campbell's development also keyed the decision as well. So Dan Arnold comes onto the team with 56 career receptions for 776 yards and 7 touchdowns. He was an undrafted collegiate free agent with the New Orleans Saints, who signed with Carolina as an unrestricted free agent in March from the Cardinals. So we see that how he kind of came into the league. So Meyer said about Dan Arnold, quote, "He's a hurdler, he's fast, he's big, and his ball skills are very, very good. I wanted him. We just couldn't fit it in with all the other stuff going on in free agency. The thing that knocked it over the edge of me was Carolina was hesitant to get rid of him because of his leadership." So that's the thing that got it for him, is that Carolina was hesitant to get rid of him because of his leadership. So a good thing for Jacksonville to be gaining that leadership. Now, Meyer looking at C.J. Henderson. Now, Henderson didn't play against the Cardinals because of a groin issue. He missed 10 of 19 Jaguars games in a little more than a season. So he's only played 9 games for the Jaguars. And Meyer said it might be a good fresh start for CJ. I love CJ. I've spent a lot of time with him and his parents. I think it's going to be good for both of us. He missed a lot of games. We just think it's best for both. He's an extremely talented guy, great size, great length, great speed, but he misses a lot of action, end quote. So, that's what happened there. Now, Shaquille Griffin of the Jaguars said, quote, "As a teammate, as a friend, it's tough. I think we all know business is business. We wish him the best. We're definitely always rooting for him." So, end quote on that. Now, we'll look at the fact that Carolina was aggressive to pursue C.J. Henderson as well, who could be replaced in the lineup for Jacksonville by Tyson Campbell, who was drafted 33 overall in this year's draft, and started also this past Sunday against Arizona. Now, Jaguars safety and captain Rayshon Jenkins said, quote, "I saw Tyson as a young cornerback, as a rookie cornerback, do some great stuff, do some good things. There's always a learning curve with rookies. I don't know of one rookie that I played with that didn't have a learning curve. He has some things to fix, but I do like what he brings to the table," end quote. So, could be looking at Tyson Campbell, obviously, hopefully showing himself and moving forward here. Now, Shaquille Griffin and Tyson Campbell are there as the starting corners. Chris Claybrooks and Nevin Lawson are also active for this upcoming game. And we're looking at the fact that Trey Herndon could be coming back and playing tonight against the Cincinnati Bengals after missing the first 3 games with a medial collateral ligament injury, MCL, for those of you playing the home game. So we'll see. We'll see what happens from here. Excited about this. And also, looking at special teams and another decision that Urban Meyer has to make with what do you do with Josh Lambo, who missed 2 extra points back-to-back in the Jaguars' 31-19 loss to the Arizona Cardinals at home at TIAA Bank Field. Meyer looking at this, saying that he planned to work out 2 kickers earlier this week after Josh Lambo missed his first 3 field goals in weeks 1 and 2 and missed 2 of 3 extra points, like I said, this past Sunday. This is what Meyer had to say about Josh Lambo. Quote, "He's as hard a working, if not the hardest working specialist I've ever had, but there's also a reality that you've got to make kicks. Nothing about attitude, nothing about work ethic, but reality is the ball has to go through the uprights," end quote. So we'll see what happens here and how we go here, as we move forward. So hopefully things will get better, and we'll see the Jacksonville Jaguars, like I said, improve, as this has been a special On the Prowl for you today, bringing this to you, proudly presented inside of the Cafe Kubal Studios from all of my great partners here to be able to officially bring back, which I'm so happy to be able to do, On the Prowl, a segment that we have done for years in coverage of the Jacksonville Jaguars. I can't just call it Jaguars coverage. We call it On the Prowl. It has its own feel, its own flavor, and I'm always happy to bring it to you. So thank you so much for being here, and thank you so much for spending time with us, and thank you for navigating through the internet issues. You know, obviously traveling and going on site on location to different places, sometimes the internet can be a little glitchy. Sometimes it can take some time. So I appreciate you all being here and spending some time with us and figuring it out. So thank you for being here. And you can check out all these videos, mind you, by going to Facebook at Wake Up Call DT and Twitter at Call DT. These videos are available on youtube.com/Wake Up Call DT. And with all these videos being available to you, you have the opportunity to go out and watch and listen to them right now. And when I say all these videos, what I'm talking about are all the Jacksonville Jaguars videos that I just played for you. Those are now available on your social media. So you can go out and get them today, and you can get them in this moment right now. So make sure you go out there and check out youtube.com/Wake Up Call DT. That is youtube.com/Wake Up Call DT. Where you're watching live right now, the archive should be right there for you to check out the Jacksonville Jaguars. So make sure that you do that, and we appreciate you so much. We're going to end this video and start a new one to talk about Syracuse sports. So we'll end this one officially on youtube.com/Wake Up Call DT and on wakeupcalldt.com, and we'll be back momentarily.